I'm just gonna record it on my OBS.
Okay.
It's just in that way, if I ever want to like reference it, I don't need to like keep poking somebody.
Uh,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. Um, I'm actually just gonna download this real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, not a problem.
Okay.
Take your time.
So I think I make it a lot easier to visualize certain things.
Yeah. No worries. I even have Epic Pen, even though I don't even
Okay.
use it.
So let's see. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So let me see how this works.
I think it's just you can draw lines or something and then have an erase.
Uh,
I think for the
I'm
most part.
seeing about the hotkeys. Okay. Okay, so you go up here because your teammate says invade. Okay, your buy is fine. So something you can do since you're not leashing,
Yep.
you can walk up with your support up this river and get vision on their blue. What that does, it essentially lets your jungler know where their jungler's starting, right? And
Yep.
you can assume um, you can assume that based on who gets the lane late, but that vision is really valuable. So your jungler can see their resources, so they can see their health pool. They can see if they're going to go to Gromp next or not, which in Lee Sin's case he should.
Mhm.
Um, and it just gives you a lot of information. So you guys could have walked up and worded blue, and you also could have like tried messing with them a little bit.
Okay.
Alternatively, you guys can just be bot lane and get the push going as fast as possible, so you guys get level 2 first.
Yeah.
And I don't think Lee Sin would gank you level 2. It's possible, so you may have to ward the river before doing that. But I wouldn't be too concerned about that in this elo. I doubt he's gonna go blue Gromp bot.
Yeah. I don't. No, I don't think he does. So
Okay.
I was kind of concerned about it when I was pushing. It was around that time.
Okay. Okay, so this is good because you have tempo advantage.
I could have threw an auto.
Yeah, before you Q there, it's best if you auto then Q. So if we go back, oopsies. Okay, so if we watch Nautilus get the hook. Okay, so he hooks. What you can do right now is just auto and then Q.
Because it would cancel the auto animation, or
It's just maximizing your damage because what it takes to auto attack, like, because your Q range here, hang on, me freeze frame. So right here, you're in auto range, right?
yeah.
Okay, so what you can do, okay, I'm gonna have to get used to that. So if you auto here, then right as you're able to Q, if you Q and like, here, let me find where you actually Q. Why isn't it playing? Oh, I have my pen. Oops. So right here, when you start charging Q, what you could have done instead was auto there, and then by the time your auto actually goes off, Jin's probably like right here, because he's gonna back up more than likely. If he doesn't, he's gonna tank the Q either way. But even then, this is still in your Q range, right?
Yep.
Because your Q range goes to like here-ish.
Yeah.
So it's all about maximizing your damage and sneaking in autos in between spells to do that.
All right. So like maximizing value.
Uh-huh. So even though that may seem minor, that could be the difference between getting a kill or not later on.
Yeah.
It's pretty important. Um, okay. Then also, you walk back right there, but I don't think you were in any danger at all. You could have just kept autoing the Gragas. So right here, after you Q Jin, right here, auto Gragas. You hesitate a little bit, and you walk backward.
Yeah, it's probably because like I don't know. Sometimes I like some people that played me 1v1 kind of like notice that I don't have like I don't know confidence or I play too scared, and
Uh-huh.
that's probably like why. So I don't know how exactly I can kind of overcome that. Just because, yeah, I'm not too sure.
Well, if you think you play too passive, what I'd recommend doing is just playing super aggressive, because that's how you learn, right? If you make some stupid aggressive a play,
Yeah,
and it doesn't work out, you're gonna look stupid, right? And more oftentimes than not, you're gonna learn from that because of how ridiculous the play may have been. But learning by playing aggressive is better than not learning by playing passive.
gotcha. Because then you
Even if
can,
you throw the entire game, at least you know what you did wrong.
yeah.
And
All
you're
right,
not left wondering, oh, well, what about my team? What could they have done? So it kind of like puts the responsibility on you, and it's easier to see flaws that way if you push yourself,
gotcha.
in regard to like mechanical limits and stuff like that. So I'd recommend just try playing aggressive. Um, so, but like right here, since you see Jin backing up, you can see he doesn't want to fight, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you guys already won the trade, but you can extend that by you don't even have to walk up necessarily. You can just stand here and path this way towards the bush. So you can
Gotcha.
start getting headshot procs.
Yeah, yeah,
Like if
yeah.
you just path this way, then you can walk up
Gotcha.
because they won't have vision.
While still doing damage to Gragas and then moving
Yeah,
up. Okay.
exactly. And then if you like, depending on their health pools, like Gragas's health would probably be like right here by the time you get into the bush. It may be better depending on Jin's positioning to hit him once you're in the bush because you'd be in range.
Yep.
But it all depends on how he'd react and everything. So I think you could play this more aggressive.
Okay.
So yeah, just walk up instead of back right there. Okay, this is good. Nice. That's really good. Okay, right here, you shouldn't be autoing the wave.
Okay.
It's fine.
But like,
Actually, no, it's fine because if you look at the game timer, there's no way Lee Sin's bot, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's fine doing this, but you have to be careful that
By me shoving in, I'm more susceptible to being ganked. Right? That's what you're saying.
correct. But right now it doesn't matter because we know Lee Sin has to be topside because of the game timer.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's fine here. So never mind. Ignore me.
But
The only
it's good to know, just like any other game. I know yeah.
yeah. So it's just something to be careful about. So try to think about when you should push and knowing where the jungler is and whatnot.
Okay, hypothetically say if he for some reason stayed bot side, and he was getting ready to go, so the decision of me trying to push would be essentially bad, right? So
Yeah, you would not want to auto the minions at all. You'd just want to last hit and then try to freeze.
okay, so
And that's
let the wave push back to me, so in that way it puts them into a position where they have to overextend.
uh-huh, exactly. And
Okay.
another reason why pushing's bad, like 90% of cases for ADCs,
Is it for like early game only, or like
just during the entire laning phase,
Okay.
is because by pushing, you give them free XP.
Gotcha.
So you're gonna shove your entire wave under this tower, and they're gonna get all that XP no matter what. Rather, if you freeze and you just okay, let's pretend here. Let me draw. Let's say this is your wave. There's minion here. There's minions like this, and then they have a really decent sized wave. Something like this. Let's just say. Let's say they have 5 casters, and you have 2, or something like that.
Hmm.
Even 3, even. What you can do is you can literally stand like right here or right here, It depends on how they're playing the lane and where Lee Sin may potentially be. If Lee Sin can be bot side, you'd want to stand here, so it's further away from the wall.
Yeah.
But you can just zone them away from your minions.
And
And if you
basically
get
deny the
them,
experience in gold.
yeah, exactly. And since the wave is here, their wave stacked up, Nautilus can easily just walk here and hook.
Yeah.
And just by Nautilus walking up, trying to get the hook, they have to walk back.
Gotcha.
So not only do they lose CS, but they also lose some experience. So that's better than them just potentially losing CS under tower and getting all the experience.
Okay, so one last question would be is okay. So normally, all lanes kind of start the same. Is both laners they try to go for the level 2. Whoever gets
Uh-huh.
level 2 in, they will make try to normally they'll try to make some kind of push for an advantage or maybe not an all in, but like some kind of health advantage.
hmm
So after that case, after you get to level 2 and all that stuff is all done, say the way since you pushed for level 2, the wave is kind of like say getting closer to the position.
Slow pushing.
Yeah. So what would be like the next step to ensure that we don't have it frozen for under their tower
Under their tower.
or near their tower where I can get potentially ganked.
In situations like that, it's okay if they freeze under their tower as long as you're not getting zoned and as long as Lee Sin's topside. So as long as it's not like 3:30 or 4 minutes in the game, you're fine. Um, but if he is potentially outside, or if you don't know, you should just blow your mana to get the wave under the tower to reset the lane.
Okay, yeah.
So then once the lane's reset, you just shouldn't auto the minions. I
And then,
guarantee you your enemy ADC 95% of the time will still auto the minions because they don't understand wave manipulation.
yeah, they just push. They just mine. They
Uh-huh.
just mindless.
So
Yeah.
the way minion waves work, it's just a balancing game. So as long as you can keep like 2 to 3 more caster minions on their side than yours, it's always going to be frozen.
Okay. So another example. This is totally very out of like context.
Uh-huh.
So I started picking up like Tristana
Mhm.
in the scenario that like because there's gonna be some incoming Caitlyn buffs or nerfs. So I'm most likely gonna start dropping Caitlyn and picking up Tristana instead as the turret taker, whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
So for Tristana specifically, she has a harder time on like controlling the wave as
Uh-huh. She does.
in comparison to other ADs. So
Uh-huh.
would I just be like, I don't know, just try to focus on like focus on last hitting in terms of not pushing the wave, or should I?
Well, Tristana's like a
Yeah.
completely different beast because of her CS mechanics. Like, it
Yeah.
takes a really long time to learn how to CS under tower and just CS in general to control the wave. It's
Yeah.
definitely really hard, and that's why if you ever watch TJ's stream, he always says Tristana's a horrible champion
Yeah, because you don't
um,
really learn.
because you can't control the wave unless you're really skilled at the champion.
Yeah, I can't even say that. So.
So
Maybe don't-
I mean, she's really good in solo queue for all of her other strengths, and she's
Yeah.
really strong right now in general. So like that weakness may not matter nearly as much.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you play Twitch at all?
I played some, yeah.
Okay, I'd recommend playing Twitch if
'Cause-
you're gonna pick up anyone.
Okay, because usually,
Reason
sorry.
The reason being is because Twitch is so oppressive in solo queue, especially in lower elos, because no one respects his ability to stealth and then just ult out of stealth.
Yeah.
He's extremely strong at fighting. He can control the waves really well. He can push really well with his W and E. And he isn't that immobile because of his stealth move speed and whatnot. He can get around the map pretty quickly. So I'd recommend Twitch if you're gonna drop Kate.
Yeah.
But Triss is still fine if you want to learn her. You just can't abuse your laner as much as you could if you're playing a
Yeah.
standard ADC.
Yeah, you're more or less like playing to scale more than anything, and maybe throw in a few autos if you can.
And
Then
the reason why Tristana is so good in higher elos and competitive is because people work around the fact that Trist is a tower destroyer, so she'll go to all the lanes and kill the outer towers.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if that happens in low silver or not, but if it doesn't, then the champ is severely worse.
Wait, sorry. If I are you talking about like if she's not a tower destroyer like that? Like
Yeah.
I love it when you fucking leave me like I played like I've been spamming like some games at Tristana. I haven't lost too many games where I just can AFK at a tower and it's gone like in a few
hmm
seconds. And then
As
I go
long as
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 long,
long as you're like macroing around the map, that's fine.
okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm not like going like taking the first turret and thinking, "Okay, I'm going to go to the second turret." Cuz
Uh-huh.
I've seen people do that. I just like, okay, if I get my turret down, for example, I'll look at like both lanes and say which one has the less wave clear. Okay, I'm gonna go to that guy, and then usually like if I can get mid, that's more important. But if I can get top, either way, it's fine. And then it relieves pressure from the other laners.
Okay, that's really good. So that's fine then if you play Trist, as long as you can learn the CSing and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. I just need to learn learn the CSing part is probably the most difficult one.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't take traps level 2, so I actually
Okay,
started.
that's fine. It's okay to do that. Okay, so right here, actually. Okay, so this is really good that you're not autoing the wave, but you were to the previous two minions. This is why this is slow pushing.
Yeah.
Because if you take a look at their cannon minion health compared to yours,
Yeah.
it's gonna die a lot sooner, so it's gonna end up pushing towards them.
Yeah.
So just try to balance the wave. This is really good by Nautilus. Okay. So let's watch this again. I'm gonna slow this down. Okay, so you have EQ flash heal. So not hits this. This is good that you move up. But again, you press Q before autoing.
Yeah.
Uh, so you're losing a lot of damage over time. Like one auto may not seem like a lot,
Yeah, but
but
over like 10 minutes or something, that's probably like 30
uh
autos or something.
also your target selection here should always be Gragas because going for Jhin puts you in a really dangerous spot where Gragas can lock you down and Jhin can W, and then you just die. So what you should be doing is trying to keep
Like
not the maximum amount of distance away from Gragas, but like a decent amount. Enough where you can react by using E to not get body slammed.
Yeah.
So if I play this... So this is good. Right as you see them turn, though, your first reaction should be to walk back into this bush. Like right when you see their character models, here, I'll rewind.
Like I should E right now and makes great distance.
Not necessarily E. Like if you want to, you can. It wouldn't be most efficient, but it's better than getting hit by Gragas E, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So right here gets the hook. An auto. You should have autoed already. Your Q would have been off already too if you autoed instantly. Right here, when they turn, you had like 2 seconds to walk back. And if you were to start walking back, like you don't even have to auto once you're walking back. You just have to walk into the bush. And once you see Gragas E casted, that's when you press E. Because there's
Gotcha.
no way he can hit you if you E while he's traveling to you.
Gotcha.
I went too far. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, I'll show you. Watch their character models. and how they turn. So wait for it. Gragas starts walking back. This is good. This is where I'd be autoing. Right as he turns, you have to walk back. And
Okay.
if you don't walk back, you just have to E. And right here, when he W's, you have to flash this.
Yeah, because it took like
Because otherwise you just die.
so
If you
much.
flash this, even downward or over here, flashing... Here, let me pause 1 sec. I'll rewind a little bit. So, if you were to flash...
Flash into the brush, or well, I guess the brushes would be warded now.
It is, but I'm not sure if you saw them word it. But
Yeah.
flashing over here is extremely risky too, because you have no clue where Lee Sin is.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be around the time where, like, he could have went to Gromp instead of Wolves. And
Yeah.
then could have been... And he kills Gromp faster than Wolves, so he could be, like, right here right now, for all you know. So if you flash this way,
Yeah.
there's a potential Lee Sin over here. So that's kind of greedy. And also you get headshot procs from bushes. So I think it's best just to flash in here.
Hmm.
May seem kind of like a bad flash, but if you flash in here, you stay in range of Gragas. And he dies 100% if you don't get hit by this. And then Jin can't walk up because of where Nautilus is. If he does, you may end up dying, but Nautilus kills him 100%.
Yeah.
Just because of his health pool. Also, I want to see how you did WE. Because I think you W'd first. Because there's a really cool mechanic with Caitlyn. I can show you after the VOD review in like practice tool or something.
Yeah, I think I seen. I haven't practiced it, but that might have been luck. So, but I know that there's like a combination where you can eat like WE or something like that, and it like
It while you're mid-air with E, you can place down a trap, and you
Yeah.
can also animation with cancel with Q if you're fast enough.
yeah.
So if I watch this again, I want to see if you did it or not. Get hit. Okay, right here, you W, then E2. If you just macro that better too, you live. If you E, then cancel E's animation with W. Then Gragas dies. Because you get double headshot for sure, and you'd be further back. Jin wouldn't be able to auto you as quickly. You'd probably end up dying still, because this Jin's an idiot, and he thinks burning flash for you when he should die is worth it. And Gragas would be dead at the time, so it wouldn't be worth it at all.
Yeah.
Um,
He should have.
Nautilus, if Gragas was dead, Nautilus could have just walked upward and killed him.
Yeah.
But since Gragas is alive, that didn't happen. So basically right there, don't be too greedy with summoners. Also, once you get hit, I wouldn't have burned flash or heal because you're just dead at that point. It's
Yeah.
good that you got Jin's flash and heal out of it. Because I don't know, he's just an idiot. I don't know why you do that. So that's good, but
Yeah.
right
yeah.
there, it's not burning flash once you get hit by the W because you're just dead.
Gotcha.
So if we watch one more time, get hit by W, like here you're just dead based off the ignite, how Jin's walking. So especially right here, I would not burn flash. Burning heal there is fine, arguably. Like you can argue
Yeah,
that.
but that was.
fine.
This is a waste
But
because I'm
this
basically
flash, it's
because
bad.
he's just gonna flash for flash and
Nautilus could have hooked him, actually. Nautilus had hook. That's unlucky. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where you rely on your teammates either, though.
yeah. And for this particular game, just because of how the early game happened, my support like literally AFK'd at tower. So
That's lucky.
so he like tilted a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even play him. I honestly was like keeping cool, so I was just like, alright, whatever.
I want to rewind real quick. See when this started. Okay, so something that's also kind of bad is you have 8 CS make cannon wave. So perfect CS right here would be 14.
Okay.
So, um, what is that? 4/7.
Yeah, I think yeah, my CS is pretty fucking bad. I think I'm pretty sure.
Uh, so it's just
Especially for early
barely
game.
over 50%
Yeah, it's not fucking good.
getting CS. So try to work on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, Sometimes it's like it's hard to balance because sometimes it's worth missing CS for a trade,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it's not. So it's just kind of something you have to learn over time. But it's really what's most important is that you don't miss free CS, uncontested CS. That's what's most important.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, where they're like not pressuring you and
uh-huh. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward till you are alive. Let's see, how much gold did you have? How do I switch to gold?
I think there's a tab or something. Maybe?
Huh.
No.
I know there is. I don't know that. Here, let me look up the hotkey
Yeah, yeah, no worries.
interface.
So, like, I've been practicing. While you get that done, I've been practicing like CS in a custom game, and it's kind of sad, but I think I have to at least miss at least like 30 CS for sure, like within 10 minutes of the game. Like I'll get like maybe 70 CS by 10 minutes. Which is pretty bad.
Okay, so try to work on that because you should be able to get at the very least 90 if you're playing like ADC just in a custom CSing.
Okay, but okay, so for that, like it's really difficult for me a little bit to CS like when let's just say there's like freaking let's say 10 or so wave minions and they're all focusing like one.
Uh-huh.
Is that just like I need to understand how much damage that those champions can do and I can slip my auto in there or something?
That and also
I don't know if
that's an
there's any
indication of you not knowing how to balance the wave. Because
balance.
you should
Okay.
like knowing how to like when to push, when to freeze.
Okay.
Because if the wave is that big, then it should probably already be under tower,
Okay.
or it should have already been thinned out.
Well, like, cause what TJ kind of like says, is I should only auto once, per minion, so that becomes rather difficult.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to because like that goes back to the freezing concept, right? Now it's
Yeah,
a little different in an actual game because you want that lane priority tempo advantage because you want level 2 first.
yeah, yeah,
So that's a little different, but there's such a thing where you shove too hard for the level 2 where it's actually disadvantageous because depending on the champion, they'll get all the CS anyway under tower,
yeah.
and
Say
then
like Ezreal or
nothing
something.
happens with your level 2 advantage because they're already under tower.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a game of like balancing the minion waves
yeah,
and knowing how to manipulate them.
yeah, yeah. I know that like the game is the level two is basically about not essentially shoving, but getting to level two before they do. So as long
Hmm.
as you have, yeah. So
Okay,
I kind of have an
so
idea of that one.
uh-huh. So right here you have 375 gold, and you buy boots. You did not buy boots. I buy boots in this case just because of Gragas and Jin. Like if you have boots, you can dodge Jin W a lot easier. You can also dodge Gragas E a lot easier because you have a lot more potential to dodge it with more move speed.
Yeah. So like
The
using
same with
gold
this casket.
efficiency.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
And also Lee Sin's extremely mobile and whatnot, so it can help with potential gank. So I think Boots Pink Ward is the correct purchase.
Yeah.
Since you had 375, Pink Wards are really, really important, especially early game because it can literally save your life.
Yeah. I've been buying them. At least recently, maybe not this game,
Uh-huh.
but
It's just whenever you have like that last 75 gold or whatever after you buy, it's really good to pick one up if you don't already have one laid out.
okay.
So if you were to pick one up, I'd just put it right here, closest to the wall. So if they have to kill it, they have to walk up even more towards your jungle. So I
Yeah.
just put it right here.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're walking back to lane. Alright, what Nautilus just did was horrible. Because you guys could have froze this wave extremely easily, and I know that's hard to like communicate. That isn't your fault, by the way.
Yeah.
You just have to adapt to what your support does.
Yeah.
It's like now since it's slow pushing, you just have to like set up the slow push and then shove it under the tower to reset it. Also, since they didn't back, well, actually it doesn't matter because you didn't really get the chance to buy anything. But yeah, never mind because you didn't buy anything. I was gonna say if you were to have bought something there, like a pickaxe or something,
Yeah.
and even boots to an extent, because that gives you more fighting potential. What it does is it makes you a lot stronger than them. Because if you look at their health pools, and since they haven't backed, all this gold is useless. Because he's just sitting on 1,000 gold right now. That 1,000 gold doesn't translate into being something powerful until he backs.
Yep.
So it's kind of the concept of like that 4-0 mid laner that hasn't backed yet. But people think they can't fight him when he's like low mana and low health.
Yeah.
Just because he has 4 kills, like they see the 4 and they think that's associated with being powerful.
I don't remember, but I think we kill him.
Okay. So
I
let's see.
think something does happen. I think Nautilus makes another play.
Yeah, Gragas should die if Nautilus hooks. Okay, so slight critique. Your first reaction when you see your support ward the bush,
Yeah.
like if you wait for it, you should be paying attention to like what your support's doing and stuff, especially in this matchup since he has like a hooking ability.
Yeah.
When you see him walk forward a little bit, you can tell he wants to engage. So autoing here, the minion's fine. Here, right when you see him ward, your first reaction needs to walk like this
Gotcha.
towards him. Because this is pretty much a guaranteed hook. Gragas can't dodge this because his character model is so big. He's next to a wall, so he can't dodge this way. So if Nautilus just hooks like this, it's guaranteed to hit. Unless he flashes, which we know he doesn't have flash because he flashed when you guys were 2v2ing before you died to get out. So your first reaction is just to walk there.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter about losing this CS.
Okay.
So I would just leave it and walk there.
Okay.
So if I play... It's like, do you see how long you hesitate for?
Yeah.
It's like a trap could have already been placed.
Where the trinket ward was, and then.
Then he's stupid for doing that. Okay, so right as you E there, you should place down a trap. Go on a custom game and practice that combo. I'll show you after this VOD review too of me doing it. But what you could have done is
Like E trap, and then since he's slowed, he
right
can't.
as you see that, you should already be Eing right now.
Yeah.
And your trap should be placed right here where he's gonna land.
Okay.
And even right here, you're not stunned anymore. If you just place trap here, you don't even have to animation cancel with E. If you just place a trap right here. Sorry, I'm not drawing.
Like where
right
he
here.
wants to walk back to.
Yeah, like his body is gonna block it, and he's not gonna see it. So he's more than likely gonna path this way. After you land E. So like even if you aren't comfortable with the animation cancel combo, if you just place a trap here, that's really good. So, yeah. Also, you had Q there. You could animation cancel Q while you E as well.
Oh yeah, EQ. Yeah.
So, right when you E, you could have Q'd and he dies. Because the Q would bring him down to, like, this health, and then your auto would kill him. Your headshot.
And I don't think actually maybe I don't kill him.
Okay, and then queuing there too when you're so far behind, that just puts you even further behind, so it's not even worth queuing for. Then the trap's a little forward.
Yeah, I think he gets away. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
yeah,
if
that should have been a double kill. If you just microed that better.
yeah. And I think my support was pretty fucking upset about that. I think he was fucking tilted.
That's
Uh,
just when you mute him.
oh,
Said
no.
he'd tilt you.
Yeah,
At least that
yeah.
happens to me.
I didn't even. Well, I didn't. I just focused on my own shit. I didn't. Was even tilted.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's good. Okay, so right here, while you're not autoing too, since you know they're so low, they can't see us this under tower. Otherwise, you and Nautilus can just walk up and kill them.
Yeah.
So you should be hard shoving this wave. If you were hard shoving it from the start, the
Yeah.
wave would be under tower before this next wave gets here.
Should I be concerned about like even potentially getting the CS, or should I just hard shove it? Don't care. Like if I can get it, fine. But like
You definitely want to get the CS. You don't want to like mess
put
it up or anything.
yeah. That's the only problem is I was kind of like if I auto it now and then there's like I mean I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I'm not too sure if I have enough damage to fully one shot it.
It takes a lot of practice to like learn how to hard shove while like getting all the CS.
Yeah.
So you can try like practicing that in a custom as well, where like you just have the waves meet and then you just try hard shoving and you get all the CS.
Yeah.
That's a really good exercise to do too. And also, don't be afraid to use your spells to CS here, because I think you have E and Q. It's perfectly fine to use them, because after you shove this wave in, you should back.
Yeah.
Because you can buy pickaxe if you get a couple more CS.
I just worded just because.
Okay, so these wards are suboptimal because not because they're like bad locations or anything. It's just because you're going to be backing here soon. So effectively, their duration is reduced by 30 seconds because you're not even going to be in the lane for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I basically
Okay.
wasted my time.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
But those ward locations are perfect.
Yeah, they're
Like
good.
once you get
but
back
it's
to
just
lane, you should place
the
them.
time.
Optimally,
Yeah.
optimally, there'll be a pink ward here instead of this ward.
Yeah.
But the actual locations are fine. Also, warding like near Dragon Pit's good. Warding near Blast Plant's good. So yeah. So you should back here. Okay, you don't back. So this is pretty bad. Oh, Jin didn't back either. What the hell? Okay, so if Jin backed here, what they can do. Gosh, my camera keeps resetting. What they can do if Jin backed here is just freeze and completely zone you from the wave,
Yeah.
and there's nothing you can do. So it's really, really important to like shove out once they're that low. At least Gragas is gonna recall. I don't know what Jim was thinking. He probably has warlords, and maybe that's like his thought process. I don't
think
know.
he has
but...
Deathfire.
Okay, well, I don't know that. He 100% should have backed. So, it's really important to like back after plays like that where you win heavily because they have to reset. So you just hard shove and then back.
Yeah. I think like my thinking was I don't know how much gold they had, maybe 1,000, and I thought maybe if I stayed for one more wave, I could potentially get that like a BF buy. I think. Yeah. How much gold did I have? Yeah, I have like 1,000 gold right now, so that's probably why. But I guess like I could have went back, like at the time and got a pickaxe instead.
hmm
But maybe
It's
it's just
also
me being greedy.
it's also really good to back this wave too before this wave came in since it's cannon minion.
Yeah, because they can't shove.
And the reason why cannon minion's really good to back on is because the tower will always prioritize the cannon minion once the wave gets the tower.
Yeah.
So your 3 casters should always be alive once you get back. So you're guaranteed at least 3 CS. As long as you backed relatively soon. Like if you backed right now, obviously this entire wave would die. Assuming these people aren't here, they'd still all die.
Yeah.
But if you backed when the wave was right here coming in and you just recalled, that's a really good back.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. Oh, sure. Okay. It's like I want to move the camera to like see the entire situation, but then it resets. It's really annoying.
There must be a way to put it on manual,
I
so that
want-
way you don't have
Oh,
to.
there we go. All right.
Yeah. So that way you're not having to like fucking do that
Uh-huh.
shit every couple
Okay.
seconds. That's so tedious.
Okay, I'll be down in a minute. All right. So, getting hit by E there is kind of bad because it's like the same thing. You just don't E in time.
So
Um,
yeah, I know. I should probably like kind of like I don't know if I should predict it or watch out for it. Kind of like know that he can do it, and then just kind of like E when he's.
right when you see him E, your first reaction should just to be E to get out of like the
Yeah.
his trajectory. Like even if you don't hit him with the E, as long as you dodge it, that's fine.
Yeah. All right.
And then also once you get better mechanically and whatnot, you can place a trap while Eing and he just dies because he can't stop his E trajectory or anything.
Yep.
So let's watch this play out. Dodging Jin W is good. Okay, so if you notice, you had E that entire time you walked like this.
Yeah, that's pretty
And you weren't
inefficient.
autoing. You weren't autoing during all this either. So his health, if you E W, trap him, headshot him twice, and keep kiting backward until he starts walking back,
And then you chase more autos.
his health would be like here.
Gotcha.
And if you look at Jin's health, he's not healthy at all.
Yeah.
So this would probably, and if you look at Not's cooldown, we saw Not miss hook before Gragas went in. And that's probably what triggered Gragas to go in. You know it's going to be up soon. So if I look, it already is up actually. So that's something to think about too. So like they should just die here by doing this engage if you micro this better.
Yeah, I kind of like took too long to get to where I wanted to be. I think my positioning of my where my support is and where I am at is pretty bad too.
Yeah, you definitely have to try playing around your support because
Cause like
the supports are what win the lane. Like you have very little control over the laning phase as an ADC if your support just doesn't do anything.
yeah, no.
With the exception of farming and like poking and whatnot. But
Yeah, you're
like
not-
actually killing them, you rely on your support a lot.
Yeah, I understand.
So like right here too, getting the CS is fine, but where's Nautilus? Once you see Nautilus move up, your first reaction should be to move up with him.
Yeah, kind of like
That's also-
be really close to them and be behind them or something.
It's also really good to move up here too, so you zone them away from the wave. So it's the same concept I'm talking about, because you
Yeah.
can still CS this minion if you're standing here.
Yeah.
Like you can still CS this, but being here compared to here is a huge difference in regard to pressuring them. It's like they can walk to maybe here without being pressured, assuming Nautilus isn't here, right?
Yeah.
But if you're right here, they can't be here because you just kill them.
Gotcha.
So just try to play a little more aggressive with your positioning.
but not to the point where I'm into. I know what you're saying, but sorry.
Uh-huh. It's okay. It's just it takes a while to like realize how aggressive you can play in certain situations.
And I think from that point when that happened, that's when he like fucking fell off the face of the
Uh-huh.
earth. It's like I'm pretty sure he was flaming me about something about like not autoing enough, but it was
Uh-huh.
because of my positioning to relative to his positioning.
Uh-huh. They do dragon. Wow, I'm surprised he didn't die, honestly. If Gragas was better, he'd just E-flash on you.
Yeah, and
It's like staying there is pretty greedy. I guess it's fine since Jin's like he's not gonna do much. He has enough for W, I think though. Yeah, it's 50 mana. So he has enough right now. Um he wouldn't at the time if Gragas were to go in, but that's still something you should be thinking about. And if you are to stay, you should be hugging this bottom wall down here.
because of Lee
Because
Sin.
if you do see them, you can just walk this way,
Yeah.
and they can't really get you. Okay, so you back. That's good. You shove before backing. Actually,
Yeah, I should have stayed for that way because it's gonna freeze,
uh-huh.
and it's
Yeah,
like another cannon minion.
uh-huh. Because now your wave is really, really bad. Because this is going to end up shoving this way still.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah.
that kind of screws
So
me.
you're going to lose this entire wave. Nautilus is going to pick it up, maybe. But still really big. Alright, it's a good flash by him. Let me see what you bought. BF, okay, that's good. Bought a pink ward, that's good. In this situation as an ADC, just assuming this wave isn't here or whatnot, say you're trying to find a place to put the pink ward since your support pinked this. There's a few options you have. You can pink this bush. If you think you're going to have lane priority for the rest of the laning phase, that's good. You can also pink this to help your mid lane out. You can pink this right here. And then you can also pink, so if I do it on the minimap here, here, and you can also pink. This is a really, really, really conservative pink ward. But it's good if your jungle just keeps getting invaded or something. You can put it in this bush right here by red buff. And that's also good.
Okay, perfect.
This is really specific though to like if their Lee Sin keeps invading and stealing red or something. Like say he did it level 2 and he stole the second one as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And say now your bot tower fell down and they're playing really aggressive around mid and bot, then pinking there is really good.
Okay.
But otherwise, these 3 locations is where you should be looking to pink as an AD.
Okay.
On blue side. If you're on red side, then pinking here is good. Pinking here is potentially good, depending on their jungle and mid. Like if you think they can potentially dive, that's really good. Pinking here is good. Pinking here is really conservative. Like if their jungle has been invading, that'll spot them out. Typically, like mid or jungle will pink this. If that's happening though, so you shouldn't really worry about it. So yeah, this is for red side.
Gotcha.
Okay, so then also, if you just look at your CS right now, imagine if you had 35 more, approximately. If we go with minions are approximately 20 gold, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah.
That's almost the crit cloak to your Infinity Edge.
Yeah.
So just try to really put an emphasis on CSing, because it can literally just win you games by getting gold.
Gotcha.
Okay, so base just on the way, they just played this. When Shaco came, you should know this is warded around here. Because
Yeah.
the way, like, it's unnatural for them just to run back.
Yeah, so I should probably just drop. I should have just dropped my pink when I probably had the chance.
That's good too, but you should just ping Shaco away. Do they really die to this? I swear to God.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Wow, I actually have no clue. Okay, so you could have microed that a lot better. Right here, when you place the trap, it's better to place it while you're Eing. I know I keep saying that, but I think it's really important to put an emphasis on that because that's what makes Caitlyn really strong is her animation cancels.
Yeah.
Because it gives her so much power. Um, then here you blow both of your summoners again when you're just gonna die. So I'd recommend just not using your summoners at all and just accepting that you're dead.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And also it's really important that Nautilus is level 5, not level 6.
Yep.
That probably would have killed Jin if he was level 6. So that's really important as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What did you buy? Okay. That's fine. Buying boots and then oh wait, no you didn't buy boots. Bought a dagger. Yeah, that's fine. I agree with that. Mm. So here it's really good that you're hard shoving since they just backed. They're not going to lose that much though since they backed on cannon minion. Like if you just watch the wave, watch how the tower aggroes. So then it goes to minion aggro. This takes forever to kill, so everyone's typically back by the time it's about to die or it's dead, and then the 3 casters are up.
Gotcha. Pretty sure I'm fucking dead. They just fucking tower dive my ass.
Hmm. I know I'm gonna sound like broken, but you could have macroed this a lot better. Like even if you just trap right here, Lee Sin's 100% dead. So if he walks this way, he dies to tower. If he walks this way, he gets trapped and dies to tower and
Yeah.
you. So right when you see this ulti go down, your first reaction should be to trap Lee Sin. Because that also may potentially save Nautilus. So instead of autoing Jin here, your first reaction right now, there should be a trap. But you E away.
Which is a wasted E too. I don't think I hit anything.
So like if he just trapped around this wall, he dies.
Okay.
And also you spent a lot of time just walking. If you auto grog, okay, he's dead anyway. Or he should be. Oh, shit. Okay, well, you still could have snuck an auto in there because you were dead either way. So if he was slightly higher health, he could have lived. He ended up dying anyway, so it's fine. But it's just something to think about. Um, Okay, so you buy boots. That's fine considering how the game's going. Um, okay, he flashes.
Should I fucking kill Gragas?
Yeah, should have
Cause,
turned on Gragas
yeah,
after Jin
cause he's
was
such an
running.
easier target.
Okay, he
I don't.
dies anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, you should have just let Jin go. Um, so you go for this. It's good sidestep. Nautilus is trolling,
I don't know if I
fortunately. So while he's stunned here, you
should
should be
play.
trapping.
Yeah.
And then while he's running right here, you know what his direction's going to be a lot sooner than you actually trap. Like he wasn't even going to get hit by that trap. He walked into it.
Yeah.
So you should be placing traps a lot more often.
Okay.
Right here, you're just dead. Hope you don't blow some. Okay, so there, I wouldn't blow flash or heal either, just because you should assume Zed has ult if your mid laner hasn't told you otherwise, and I'm sure mid laners don't call that out in this.
They don't.
Like,
They don't even call missing. Well,
yeah.
maybe
So
I'm assuming.
you should always assume the worst.
Okay.
So in this situation, the worst is Zed has flash, ignite, and ult, and he did. So burning both your summoners there is
A
really, really
waste.
bad. Yeah.
So, hypothetically saying, let's go back into that situation again. So, like, is there any way for me to like? Well, I don't know how much health I had on at that current time, but if I'm like, say I'm full HP, which I mostly am.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna get a 4 shot maybe, but say I'm at the same health pool without the Jin shot. Um, if he ulties me, there's more of a chance for me to just flash away and E, right? More or less.
Yeah,
Without
correct.
assuming that this Jin and Lee Sin are not here.
Yes, for sure. But you also have to take into account how close you are to like the ending range of his ult. So like if he's ulting you point blank, and well, not point blank, that's a bad example because you can just get out. But say this is his cone. If this is his cone and it ends here, if you're standing like right here, this is still pretty hard to dodge if he hits his first shot because of the slow. Now, if he's standing here, it's really easy to just go like this, right?
Yeah.
So even if you ear flash here, say this is a wall instead of being a passageway. So pretend this is a wall. And you can't flash sideways, and pretend this is like around a wall too. Sometimes it wouldn't be worth, unless you know for sure. Like if he only has one shot left, then yeah, that's worth. But if he hits your first shot and you're like 50 HP, flashing the second one in hope that he won't hit the third or fourth in time would be somewhat greedy in a sense, if that makes sense. But yeah, so it's really situational, especially like in regard to the terrain that's around, because sometimes you can like just flash sideways and you're fine, right? But other times you have to flash this way or get out this way.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm like almost dead. I should not even bother to waste anything. That's just reactionary, not actually thinking.
Alright, so I want to see how you play this. Okay, right here, your first reaction should never be to Q. Queuing should never be your first action in a fight. Pretty much almost never. You should be using Q to poke, and you should be using it during disengage when you E. You should never use it standalone like that because you're stuck standing still for too long. So you miss out on too much damage from auto attacks. Also, you miss the opportunity to get hit in easy trap from the ult that Nautilus casted.
Yeah.
It's like right here, you could have placed trap if you were like right here.
Okay.
Just directly under him. What is that channel? Wait, hang on. And I have to watch. Oh, he was going for. Okay. I thought he just randomly ulted that way. I was like, what the hell? Alright, that's really good. Okay, that's good. It's like now, imagine if you had flash right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's. See that? Don't do that. If you ever play Lee Sin.
I don't play Lee Sin.
Uh,
A champion requires too much.
yeah. Alright, so. Um,
So
I
come on.
think that we went over quite a bit.
Yeah. Somewhat like the.
Show you some in practice mode, real quick,
Sounds good.
if that's okay.
No worries.
So basically, just to sum it all up, work on CSing, work on positioning, and play aggressive so you can know when to play aggressive, if that makes sense. So by dying through playing too aggressively, you'll learn what your limits are, essentially, on a specific champion. Here, sec. That's fine. Okay. And also work on mechanics, which I'm gonna help you, where I'm gonna show you how you can do certain things on Caitlyn right now.
Okay. Yeah, I probably didn't say okay, I want to master Caitlyn. Let's look at I'm sure there's plenty of guides where they kind of tell you, okay, this is what you can do on Caitlyn, this is what you can do in certain situations, and all right. So I need to probably do more research.
Okay, I'm just gonna be level 3. I'll spawn a dummy. Actually, this is a bad spot to do.
Isn't that like an ally dummy? Or no?
Oh, I just flashed. That's wonderful. Oh, yeah, it is ally. Whoops. Do not want to do that. Okay. So, say there's like 3 people around here. So, what I was explaining in regard to animation canceling, what you can do is when you E, you can trap if you do it fast enough. So, if you look at the ranges, your W range is approximately the same as your E.
Yeah.
But while you're shooting backwards, that range is going to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't trap exactly there, but like say if I'm... Here, I'll just show an example. Let me have limited mana. Whoops, hang on, I messed up. Okay, do you see how that started casting mid-E? I'll do it again.
Okay.
So this is really powerful when you're kiting. And then once you get used to that, you can add Q to the mix, just EWQ. I did W there. So that's really good for peel. So if I show you on the target dummies, And you don't even have to trap in like the same location. I can E this target and cancel the E animation with W on the different targets. So if I go like, oh, I messed up. Okay. So you can do that and hit the other target. And let me not do it on lock screen. So you can trap like around someone else. Like say if they're moving this way, you can just barely trap in front of them while you're in E to hit them. So like that. You can E all around you. You can do this too if you wanted to, which obviously that's probably not the best idea to do.
Yeah.
But you can place it literally anywhere in the circle radius while you're in E. So try to learn that combo if you can, because it's really oppressive. And here, I'll show you once you get like attack speed or something. How do I add gold? I think it's Shift T. Alright. So let's say I've IE static.
Boots.
And boots.
Alright.
So if you're autoing like this, say you're kiting backwards like this. Here, I'll just pretend I'm like kiting backwards like this. See, then you can trap. See how he got double headshotted?
Gotcha.
Now, obviously, if someone's moving, you want to trap a little ahead of them, just because of the arming time. It takes like 1 second to arm.
Yeah.
Not quite 1 second, slightly faster, but. So if you're like kiting down this way or something, and their trajectory is like this, then all you have to do is match their trajectory, and like just trap like right here. And by the time they walk, they either have to path like this, which will allow you to escape better because they can't just walk directly to you, or they get hit by the trap and they take a shit ton of damage.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Then you can also add Q into the mix like I showed you. Like if you're just autoing. See, that's double headshot plus Q.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's how you maximize your damage. So I'd never use Q in a team fight.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just like poking. Like say if those are like the enemy team or something, like if I just want to poke, that's fine. But reasons why that's potentially bad is because watch how my character locks up when I Q. Like I can't do anything during that like almost 1 second period of cast time.
Yeah.
Which is really, really, really bad as an ADC. So you only want to do it like if you're in the outskirts like that or something, where you're not susceptible to getting flashed on. And while you're Eing, just during peel to maximize damage.
Gotcha.
It's like that's double headshot, and then if you look at my DPS, actually, can I reset this? How do I reset it? Okay. So let's just see what the damage is with just that. Oh, I didn't. My W didn't hit. Okay, so that's 623 damage with EWQ. Now let's just see E. That's 216. That's a third of the damage.
Yeah.
In the same amount of time. Almost. Because I have to auto twice for the second headshot, so not quite. Here, I'll do E plus an auto. Oh, I had static that time. Like, this is still a huge damage difference. Like, 150 damage.
Yeah.
Which would be more, because I don't think I had static when I did the actual combo.
The other one?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll see how much it is with static, but it's all about maximizing your damage. It's like that's 700 in comparison to 450.
Yeah.
So 250 damage means a lot once you take into account just in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
So try to work on that. Go in a practice game and try it. The EW kind of like takes a while to get used to because you have to like press E, release it, then W. You can't press it like really fast in quick succession, otherwise this will happen.
Gotcha.
So you have to wait you have to wait until you're in the air, basically. So you can't do it during the initial cast time, but while you're in the air.
Gotcha.
And then after you place the W, you can try adding Q to the mix. So just EWQ. Oh, I messed it up. Okay. There we go. So EWQ.
Do you use
Attack move.
well, like yeah. Here's another thing. You can't actually see me because it's not play CV. So I like a move. Is that like bad, or is there a different way of doing it? I know everyone just says it's more preference and whatever makes it easier for you, more or less. But is there like I don't really like there's not really like seems to be like you know somewhere I could be like, all right, these are like three options that you can do. Use which one that you want to use or something. I don't know if that matters.
What I do, my keybinds are pretty weird. So here, I'll explain all my keybinds. Here, do you play on Smartcast?
I not on no I don't.
Okay.
No.
What I do, this is probably gonna sound really complicated,
Okay.
or maybe it won't at all. But what I do, by default, if I press Q, it's Smartcasted. E Smartcast, W Smartcast, everything Smartcasted.
Okay.
However, if I press Shift, if I hold Shift down, press Q, W, E, it's normal cast.
Okay.
So depending on the situation, if I need like the range indicator or something, I'll do normal cast instead of smart cast.
Gotcha.
And then also, if I hold down Alt plus QWER, that's self cast. So if I'm playing like Janna or Orianna or something,
Yeah.
and their shields, all I have to do is press Alt E, and no matter where my cursor is, it'll automatically shield myself.
Gotcha.
So those are
I
my basic keybinds.
Yeah, I use shift for level up, and because I know someone suggests like to use control, but like I don't know if my hands are like I'm not very comfortable
Uh-huh.
with that part. So, but I can like try to learn how to do like smart cast, and that way it's easier to like it takes less time and to do that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh. Um, what was I gonna say? Also, do you use target champions only? I know even
No,
diamond players that don't use it.
no, I was actually thinking I like if there was something that can I know I knew about what target champions only. I just never because I know it's on Tilda by default.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's the
anyone.
problem. You know what I have it bound to?
Well,
Okay, so how I learned to play with like my camera and everything, I never use spacebar.
okay,
I learned to constantly lock and unlock my camera with Y. That's just how I learned to play.
okay,
So I'd like pivot my pointer finger like extremely frequently depending on the situation to lock and unlock. And I know some people just use spacebar, like they play unlocked all the time, but they just hold down spacebar for it to be centered on them, which is the default keybind. But I have target champions only bound to spacebar,
gotcha.
which may sound weird, but it's because when I was maining ADC, I got tired of like accidentally autoing the tower during a tower dive or something.
Or a minion, or
Or if I'm
something.
mid and playing Annie, I accidentally queue a minion instead of them or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I got tired of that happening, so I got used to using it, and honestly, I can say it's one of like the best things to incorporate, in my opinion, for me anyway, since I play mid and AD.
yeah. I can see.
Because there's still people in Challenger like that will accidentally queue a minion or something.
Yeah,
And that could be huge depending on the game you're playing in.
yeah. If you're
So
like
if you can
trying to
get
chase
used to
somebody
using
down
it,
and there's a bunch of minions in your way,
uh-huh.
you don't want to fucking attack a minion. Yeah, I
Uh-huh. So like right
understand.
now I'm using target champions only. I can't attack dragon, but I can attack them. So if let's see, spawn enemy dummy. If there's like a dummy on them, like around them,
Mhm.
I'm not attacking dragon at all because I can't click it.
Yeah, I can kind of see something like that.
So that's really helpful. Also, another thing you can do too is you can cast Q anytime you're doing that animation cancel too. So if you go like EWQ, oh, I messed up. Hang on. It's like I headshot this person, headshot that person, and queued this person.
That sounds fucking advanced. It sounds.
It's like if I go EWQ, headshot, he was already queued.
I guess if they're like all like super low targets, you can
Uh-huh.
kind of
Yeah,
see that.
it depends on the situation, obviously,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that sounds.
If they're like, say they're all like 100 health,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
EWQ, and they all die.
yeah.
So, yeah, just go on practice tool and try to do at least EW and EQ alone, like before incorporating all three.
Gotcha.
So like with EQ, you just press down E, then you press Q. And the reason why that's so powerful is because when you press Q,
It
while you're
ex-
in E, that's when the projectile starts. So
yeah,
like
it
even though
extends the range
so
of the
even though
Q.
you land back here with E, if you start Q here, it'll cast here.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's what's really powerful about it.
yeah, yeah. All right, all
Um,
right,
okay, so just let me know how it goes. Also, you can have me on League, by the way.
all right.
Um, on Unsatisfied's technically my main, but that's like my tilt account. So I lost so much elo. I went from D3 to D5 on that account. This account's D3 still.
Gotcha. It happens. It's.
Yeah,
I fucking well
it's just
like
like low solo queue.
yeah. I actually went from silver 2 all the way down to silver 50 P, and then I was
Oh,
like, oh shit, maybe I should actually like fucking stop tilting.
it's okay. I know someone that was masters this season, and I think he's like plat 4 right now.
Shit.
So like, talk about tilting.
Yeah. I know. I
And
know.
also
What's
this
up?
combo's a lot easier to do once you have attack speeds. Like if you just watch me macro right now, like it's really fast to do it.
Because
while you
there's
have attack
less
speed.
time or something.
Yeah, just between autos, like to get your headshots off.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. So, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah. No worries, man. Thanks.
Yeah,
Honestly,
we'll talk.
thank you for for reviewing. I probably would have provided a replay if I had the chance, but
Yeah, no problem. If you could do that next time, though,
yeah, yeah.
I think that leads a lot more opportunity in regards because mouse movement is like a huge part of the game.
Yeah, I know. I know. Like when I think when TJ was reviewing something when I was playing mid lane, and
Uh-huh.
he was like kind of like, man, I don't like how your camera angle is like so
Uh-huh.
bad. So I know, and that's when he was like he looked at a Plays TV. So normally I do have one. It's just
Uh-huh.
at that Pacific time I never had it on.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
alright.
But yeah, just basically work on your laning and then you should be gold in no time. If you
Yeah,
just work on your micro and laning.
yeah, I've been working on it. So so
It'll
next,
take time.
yeah, I'll I, my Caitlyn's not that good in the last 5 games. Oh, shit.
Telling you, just play Twitch.
I've been playing like at least recently. I'd probably say maybe the past 2 weeks was probably like played a lot of Caitlyn and a lot of Ashe, and those champions don't work for me. And I don't know if the win rates are just kind of skewed because I was on tilt, and it kind of like obviously that will affect me in terms of
Uh-huh.
what it looks like. Um, However, yeah, I could play Twitch. I seem to like win a lot more games when I play hyper carries, and it's probably because
hmm
in silver people don't know how to close out games, and then I could just fucking
Yeah.
1v5.
Uh-huh.
It could be that.
Exactly.
It could be.
And Twitch, you literally, like, if you're even remotely big, you don't even have to have good mechanics. You just come out of stealth and press R and right click. Like, you
Yeah,
don't even have to move. Like, you could just stand still tanking everyone. You'll just kill them all.
yeah, that's true.
So, I'd recommend learning him.
All right, yeah, maybe I might. How about I know like people say this, but do you need to get like a skin for the one that has the gun and not the bow? Because I don't have any Twitch skins on this account.
No.
You don't give a shit. That doesn't. That doesn't. I know that's
No.
not like a really pay to win kind of thing, but
Just the animation's different. People like different animations.
yeah. But it's not.
It's definitely not required. It's not gonna get you like plat.
It's not.
Like
It's
just go
not.
buy a skin.
Okay. Alright, alright. makes
All
sense.
right. I'll talk to you later. Add me on League. My name's Unsatisfied. I'll accept it once I switch accounts.
All right, man.
And yeah, talk to you later.
No worries. Thanks a lot, man.
See ya.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Bye.
See ya.
Unsatisfied. Uh, it's hot this weekend, which was good. Oh, I went over to Melissa's on Saturday, had some drinks. Yeah, had a little party there. No, just get together with some Melissa's friends, which I know. Yeah, and then sorry, not yet. I need to talk to Melissa about that. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. comparison to what I was quoted. In comparison to how much that Cal Fire thing will be charged me. Yeah. They'll be, let's say, I think brake pads, right? Brake pads, and rotors. Yeah. And brake cleaner, you said? Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. Because if I order in line, I'm kind of concerned that I'll order it and it might not be the right ones, or and then I'm like I'm wasting time because then I have to ship it back or get a new one. So even if it's like $60 I'm like I'd rather just get it done right than having a headache after the fact when I mess something up. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm not, it's not in a super rush as long as I can get it done within a month.